Here's your host, Clay Nelson.
Hey, hi, this is Clay Nelson, Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour. Boy, have we got a show for you all today. So if you're driving your car, pull over and get ready. Take your seatbelt off, get your laughter up, and let's dance today. Today's show is all about getting back to basics. And basics are it's like, quite frankly, what makes you smile for no reason, doesn't cost you anything. Or getting back to kids, because we have some in the studio today. We have Caitlin and Claire, 9-year-old, blonde-haired, blue-eyed twins, most gorgeous women in the whole wide world. And we have their mother, who is Beth Geyer, who is my executive assistant and general tell-you-what-to-do person for the last 10 years and makes everything happen in my world. And we have Susan, of course.
Over here.
Yes, the woman that has made my life work for 30 years now. So I am surrounded by wonderful, wonderful people. And guess what? They're all female. Gee, funny thing.
Even our producer is female.
Oh, yeah, producer. All right. And then there's Diego, the camera guy. Yeehaw! And he's been with me for 100 years also.
And he's not female.
No. So now, you're listening to KZSB AM 1290, and you're listening to a show that's about, the last few weeks we've been talking about stop using gas, start getting happy with what you got, don't have to go anywhere, learn how to plant a garden and doing some other things. And this show about getting back to basics is all about getting straight with yourself and getting to a place to where if you're doing it and it's fun, keep doing it. If you're not, if you're doing it and it's not fun, stop doing it. If you can afford to do what you're doing, keep going. If you can't afford to do what you're doing, you got to change a few things. So this show is all about what you got to change and what kind of dancing you got to do and that kind of thing. Now, I have a couple of things. One, if you want to call in and talk to me, which I'm sure you do, either talk to me or talk to these gorgeous women sitting to my right. Whoa. All right, call in local 564-1290 or long distance 866-564-1290. And then if you want to email me, which people are doing already, you email at clay@mediasb.com. That's clay@mediasb.com. And we're streaming today. Luckily, we have Diego and the technology that Diego provides and the station provides. So we're streaming. You can go to www.claynelsonlifebalance.com/watch, WATCH, and you can see us on the air. So, Cassidy, get tuned in. What's your mom and dad? No, Grandma?
Grammy and Papa Gray.
Grammy and Papa Gray. Just get tuned in. If you want Grammy, if you want to sign in, I'll talk to you direct. Whoa. We got some fun with that. All right. And so claynelsonlifebalance.com/watch, and you can see us right on your computers, okay? And you can see Claire and Caitlin, the new stars of the new media. And Beth, of course, who is watching the daughters like a hawk. All right, so it's all about having fun. I got to get up my seat here. The studio is pretty full. It's pretty cool. No, you're fine. So it's all about getting straight. Hey, getting back to basics. What is basics? All right. Anonymous. All right. Here's a quote from Anonymous. Look at that.
Several of them.
Wow, Anonymous is all over the place. Wait, okay, here's one. Learn from the mistakes of others. You can't live long enough to make them all yourself. Although I've been working at it. It doesn't really work out that way. Pretty cool, though, huh? So now, what's it really mean? What are we doing? How are we playing this game? The game of getting back to basics. The truth is, at least for me, that the more stuff I have, the more things that pile up around me, the less organized I am, the less peace of mind I have, So think about that stuff. Think about that. And Mr. George Carlin just passed away. And Mr. Carlin had a album out years ago. It's called the Stuff Album. And the Stuff Album goes like this. It's pretty basic. It says, you start off your life, you have a little bit of stuff. And then you get more stuff, and you're growing your life, and you get friends, and you get their stuff, and pretty soon you have a house full of stuff, and you got to get a bigger house to put your stuff in. And as soon as you get a bigger house, you have a bunch of empty room, and then what do? Go get more stuff, right, girls? Do you have stuff? Do you? Do you have lots of extra stuff? You just moved into a new house. Are your rooms full of stuff already? It is, isn't it? Are your closets full? It's amazing how when you have some room, you fill it, huh? Yep, the girls agree. So where we are is a lot of times we have stuff, and that stuff drives our life. And we don't want stuff driving our life anymore. We want to drive our own, So is there something you wanted to say, Beth? You're looking at me like, is it my turn? Is it my turn? You sure?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
You're good? Okay, Susan, anything you want to say now? Go ahead.
Well, I just agree with George Carlin that, once you start getting stuff, you need a place to put the stuff, and then a lot of people have place to put all their stuff, but then they need more room, so they go get a storage locker and put more stuff in their storage locker. And I'm going, why do they want to keep all this stuff?
Or how about this? They put stuff in their storage locker and they forget it's there, so they go buy it again. So they have active secondhand stuff in their place.
And then you got to have a big garage sale.
Oh, yeah, big garage sales. And then
You
everybody...
just had one, too, didn't you,
I had a
Beth?
gigantic garage sale.
And you sold all your stuff?
Sold a ton of stuff. The thing is, it's all the excess stuff that was in Rubbermaid tubs. There were like 15 Rubbermaid tubs of clothes and stuff.
Yeah.
And our closets are still packed.
And now, but the Rubbermaid tubs are empty. Got to fill them, right?
Exactly.
Get
more storage
stuff.
space now.
Don't tell Gary that.
So that's the way it is. Okay. So what if you could just get over having all the stuff? What if it wasn't about having stuff? What if it wasn't about comparing how much stuff you got, or quite frankly, having to hang on to all your stuff? You know, because whether you like it or not, you outgrow your stuff, and when it's time to move on, many of us don't. We take our stuff with us. And so it's all about making room, you know, in your life for what's next or what hadn't showed up yet. And we need to learn to do that mentally. So this show is all about getting back to basics. This show is all about getting back to what really counts, like these little girls sitting next to me.
You know, one of the things I was thinking about stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've talked about a bigger house or bigger yard or just more stuff. And, and I'm thinking, you know, I'd rather have smaller house, less stuff, smaller yard, you know, less stuff to take care of, because you end up living your life taking care of your stuff and not getting out in the world and doing stuff you want to do.
Yeah, your stuff requires maintenance.
And it just
you have to dust
continuous.
it and stuff.
It's if you wanted to dust, I guess that's okay. But I don't like dust and dirt in my house. So anyway, I prefer less to take care of than more.
Yeah. Okay, so it's like you know, we bought another house in town, and it's a much smaller house on a much smaller lot, and everything's really cool. And why did we do that? Because we, you know, when we decided to settle down and go travel and do all kinds of stuff, I want a little single-floored house, little tiny house for our stuff, right? And we can sell off all our other stuff, sell the big house, and have lots of money to spend, and just kind of cruise into our little house anytime we want to, and cruise out anytime we want to, and not be burdened by the, you know, the big house mental way of being, you know, and the 400 square feet of lawn and flowers and, you know, watering and all the stuff you got to do.
Picking up all the dead leaves.
Oh, dead leaves, yeah. So, but anyway, this show is all about getting back to basics, and the basics are: do you have what you want? And the answer is maybe. All right, because what we want changes as we get older, you know. So I asked the girls to write out what was getting back to basics for them, and when we come back in the next section, they're going to talk about some of that stuff. And then Beth has written out some stuff. She's going to talk about some stuff. And so right now, I have to go on a break. It's not what I want to do, but I'm getting back to basics. I'm slowing the parade down, and I'm following the rules. No fun, but I'm doing it. No, yeah.
You never want to.
So this is Clay Nelson on the Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour. Oh, pardon me, Clay and the illustrious Susan Nelson and Beth Geyer.
Boy,
we need a bigger marquee. We need a bigger marquee up front.
And then Caitlin and Claire.
And Caitlin and Claire, yeah, and everybody else. So you listen to Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour on KZSB AM 1290. If you want some more basic stuff, get on back here.